Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Marysol and today I'm going to be setting up my daily grind. It is already the second week of, is it the second week? So actually it is considered the third week of April and I'm going to set my daily grind. Again, April has started, so we're just going to work with what we have. I thought I'd bring you along. If you checked out my unboxing video, you already know kind of all the hiccups that I went through with my unboxing, which is why this video is so late. But I'm going to attempt to post both of these videos on the same day. Now, this right here is a little tricky. I have actually cracked some of my planners from the daily grind. I don't think it's the planner. I'm just not the most delicate person. Sometimes it happens. We're just going to put these very carefully. I tend to put them a little sideways when I put my discs onto my cover, to my covers, so that they do not break. And this was like at the very beginning. I was just not really delicate with them. I have my dashboards here and I need my tweezers. Let me get some tweezers. So I'm not going to use the monthly one. So here I want to put this month. So I want to put this month on my first tab. Oh, that is like crooked. Well, the best part about this is that it lifts up so easily because of the material. You see that? So you can adjust it as you need. And if you didn't catch my unboxing, I'm gonna make sure to try to link it or flag it. All right, there we go. That's better. All right, so I'm gonna put this month. And then I wanted to do challenges. So I want to do challenges on here. This one will be easier because I have this grid pattern. So I can use that as my guide. And that actually is pretty centered and straight. So that's cool. Then I do want to put my vision here. Oh, this had the glow up because that's what, well, you know what? We're just gonna, I can always change it if I want to, but I'm not going to right now. I'm gonna put vision here. And then on the next one, I'm gonna put notes because I always like to keep some like extra pages here, like extra note pages in my planner. So that's what I'm gonna do with this one. All right, I'm gonna first start with my dailies, right? How to use it, the instruction, self-assessment, and I've already done the blueprint, kind of my goals for the next month and how I'm going. I already know how I'm going to do this a little higher so you can see it. Then I have what the next 4 months is going to look like, a blank page, and then we have April. And then here I'm just going to put what, and I'm not going to include, so this is, I have, oh my gosh. Woo. What I'm trying to do is grab the, okay, there it is. This is the next month. Now let me make sure that that is correct. Yes. Okay. So this is the month in review. So that's what I want to put here. This is like the week assessment. So I want to put that here. A little bit of brain power there, but we made it. The thing is, I just want this page here because I want the review. So I won't be using this one, I guess. Or I can always cover this one with a note paper and then do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wait, hold up. How did I mess this up again? Are you serious, Marysol? Okay. I know that. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this offline and then come back until I can figure it out. All right, it took me a little bit to figure that out, but now that I know, I just don't need this page right here because I have it here and this is it. I probably could have just moved a month, let me see, over and done it, but I don't know, I don't have brain power for that. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So it's all right. We're going to do it like this. Here in challenges, I have the glow up challenge that I've been wanting to do. I'm back. I had a mess, but I had already gone to the VIP party and I watched everything, but I wasn't in my house to actually do this. I'm going to select 10 categories out of here to work, and then I will do an assessment to it. I put these all backwards. Like, I don't know what I did when I did this, but I messed up. That's all I can say. So I just think that this page right here doesn't go here. So this is the assessment notes. This is like reflections. I'm gonna look here. So step 1 is to reflect. Step 2 is to assess, and this is where the example comes from. So, oh, actually, it probably does go there. No, I think it goes here. I think that's where that goes. And okay. Then the third is to declare. So after you assess, you are going to declare, and then you're going to do your dream, and it's time to brainstorm. Okay. And it's a 2-page thing. Spread. Not thing, spread. It's a 2-page spread. And then once you have that, all the visuals for your goals, it's time to organize them all in one place for your vision board. Okay. So once you pick out your categories, you're going to write it out. Then you're going to come here, right? And you're going to use this part to create your vision board based on the goals that you want to complete. This is only for my daily grind. So this is more of like my mommy goals. Okay, so that is my vision. Woo! And then there is a challenge, which I will include in a minute. The Know Your Worth challenge. And it's a 31 challenge. Let me see. I'm going to do this one right. So, because that one, like what I did earlier was just not, I was not all there, people. I know with this one, I just put like the first 2 weeks because it kind of separates it, which is great. and I will show you. What that looks like. Okay. So when you start doing the Know Your Worth challenge or book, kind of separates it in books in weeks. So you have 1, 2, and it tells you like this is the first chapter and how many days you'll be in chapter 1, then chapter 2, 3, 4, and then you get to 5. So this is week 1 and 2. And that is all that I have here. And I think that's how I want to do it because I don't want to overwhelm myself with this. And then I have my 2 weeks here. Normally, this would be a whole month and you'll see that in May. But for right now, this is what I am going to have here. Now back here, this is the notes section. I am going to add some dot grid. I wish I would have gotten some line paper. This is all that I have. So I might as well just put it in. Or do I want to do half and half? I mean, this is just to have in hand, just in case I need to make notes, because I don't, like for me, I like to have some polished stuff, so I like my stuff to look polished. That's not always the case, you know, but I like to think I could. Third page. How about I just do this one on here because oh, I still did that horribly, but it's okay. Okay, so I have adjusted this to what I need it to be. Woo! That was hard. Now from this spring, I'm not gonna use the whole like springtime. I'm not gonna use the whole thing. I just want the May. There we are. I just want the May. I'm not gonna do tracking for April just because April has already begun. So I'm going to use the May one. And again, I'm going to put it in I'm going to put it back here just to kind of, when I review, hold up. When I do like my monthly review and stuff, I'm going to move this page with my May stuff to do kind of like a currently page here. And so I'm gonna put this in the front of that, right, in my May. And then I will have like a whole month behind it. So that's why I want to put it here, because I want to like start working on this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, like, but I want to kind of track my mood on here and then go from there. So now that I figured all of that out, and that was a lot of like thinking. Oh my God, I didn't even use my microphone today, but I'm gonna need it when my kids come home because they are pretty loud. So hopefully that is not so bad, but I'm gonna put my microphone on. Actually not. I'm going to stop here and I will be back. Okay, so now for this part, this is basically doing the assessment, setting up my goals, my intentions. I started using my planner. What was it? Well, I attempted the third week of April. That didn't work out. So I did use the last week. It's not perfect, but I am going to start my 4-month in May instead of April because I really didn't set this up in April. So setting myself up for success. And I'm not going to fill all of this I had to pause and come back to this so that I can really focus and be intentional with how I'm going to use this. So I grabbed my pen, but I'm really not going to use it. But this is a daily grind pen. It comes with at least the set that I bought. It comes with all the colors. I'll have it linked below. I use the black, and I'm going to get another pack of the black ones. It has black, blue, and red, I think. And I am going to just use my daily grind highlighters here to use to mark for my like current life and how would you rate it. Now you can see right here it has like my dream life blueprint daily grind workbook. I am almost done with this. So based on the information that I already have is how I'm going to fill this out. So using the workbook kind of helps you narrow down where you are currently when you start your daily grind planner. Now, you don't have to really use it. You can gauge, but all right, so I forgot to plug in my microphone, so we're going to attempt to do this as fast as we can. So I'm just using my highlighters to highlight where my current life status and how would I rate it is at. Basically, this is a self-assessment. You don't really need the My Dream Life blueprint, but if you do purchase it and use it, it really takes you down the road to evaluating all of these categories and you'll get a set number. When I started back in January, my numbers were a lot lower. I'm at a better place right now, but it really makes you take a really good look at yourself and how you're doing in the different categories. And so since January, I've started this journey and I've been moving along. I'm moving slowly, but I am moving towards a better place. So now, career, I have it at a 3 because there's just some things that I need to do before I can enter the workforce, and I'm hoping I can get that done now that Uriah's in daycare and I can focus more in studying and doing the things at home. My romantic life is at a 5. It's not bad, but it's not, I wouldn't say great. You know, we recently moved to California. We don't have babysitters. So that quality time for us together doesn't really happen, which is why our time spent is usually at home with kids, uh, but we try to make the best of it. Overall health and fitness. Starting January, I really prioritize my health and my fitness. So I recently joined a gym and started going to the gym. In January, I started a routine. I wouldn't say a routine. I basically everything I had neglected of my health, I took care of it, and I've been taking care of it since January. My family life is at a 6. I feel like, we're doing good. I would like it to be better, but as of right now, I think as everybody has now settled in and I will start getting into my own settling in, I think that will also increase in the next couple of months. My friendships are at a 6. I have some friends here in California that we do see each other quarterly, and Chelita that lives a lot closer. I'm hoping to see her a lot more. So I feel like friendship is at a good place. Now, here with growth and experience, I can say that I feel I am growing. I don't feel like I'm growing with experience. I'm growing in a more individual matter. I don't feel like I'm experiencing yet things that would help me grow. I, I I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm still growing in my own little way. Now here I have home and work environment. I think home and work environment, well, home environment, because I'm really not working as good. I am been diving myself more into social media, and I feel like that is really good. So overall, I think that part is moving along as well. I'm not working, so my financial situation is at a three. I really have to say that now that I've been at home, I can honestly say that one thing, yeah, right, like one perk of working is having that financial freedom, that kind of independency that I don't think I really uh, understood how much I valued or how grateful I was that I had that when I had it. And now, well, now, it's a little bit, I wouldn't say different. It's just something to get used to because when you're used to always having your own money that you work for and that financial freedom, you don't think about a lot of things. And so now I'm just a little bit more cautious because I do depend on my husband's work, job, and money. And so for contributions to others, I put that as a three. Financially, I'm not at a place where I can contribute a whole lot, but I do contribute in other ways. I do volunteer a lot in my kids' school, in PTA meetings and activities. So anything that the kids need, I usually volunteer for that. And then we have creativity and new ideas. I do have to say that is at a high. I always am very creative. I always have new ideas. I just have a really hard time uh, making them in reality because I don't have a lot of time with all my kids around. But I'm hoping that starts to change in a little bit. So, here where I'm at today, I can say that I am doing a lot better than I was back in January. I'm just continuing to work on my goals and I'm just being very intentional with that. What can I do well? Like I just said, always very creative and coming up with new ideas. Then we have where do I waste time? I can, I mean, I'm an overthinker. I scroll a lot on my phone. And I think the one that gets me, especially being a part of this community, of the planner community, is imposter syndrome. Like feeling that imposter syndrome and comparing myself to other content creators, or feeling like I don't belong, or I'm not a part of, or I don't, well, hold up. I don't feel like I'm a part of the planner community, even though I am part of the planner community. So that kind of stuff always makes me think and overthink everything. So I feel like I waste a lot of time doing that, and I need not only to be better, but to really think that things are coming my way because they're going to happen for me because I do belong here. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. But then my next question, what would make me happiest? Being able to work on my goals without distractions. And I think those distractions are going to minimize a lot more now. For my top priorities and focus for my life in the next 4 months, I have the gym. So continuing to build my gym time and working out, taking my vitamins and medications because I'm horrible at that, and continue to improve my health, nurturing my relationships, whether that's with my husband, my kids, or my friends, prioritize self care, complete courses required for uh, California's licensing, and study for my exam. Now, here, this is where I'm going to detail my 10 goals for each month. And I'm going to just show you how I'm going to do May and fill out the rest of it. But then, fill out the rest of the questions. But then for June, July, and August, I'm just going to do that on my own. I might do a snippet here and there to show you what I'm doing in the month when I get there on social media, but I think for right now, I'm just going to keep it very simple and show you how I'm going to start it and then just go from there. I am going to color coordinate my highlights of my monthly top 10 goals with what the next 4 months look like on that calendar tracker. So, first of all, in May, I really want to work on creating a really good morning routine. I also want to unplug and like really use that time to do other things. Make sure that I'm taking my vitamins and my medication, drink, my hydration because I'm not drinking as much water as I should. I want to also continue that move. So whether I'm going to the gym or at home, I want to make sure that for 30 minutes to an hour, I'm doing something, reading for at least an hour, nurturing my body, which is eating 3 meals a day and snacking in between, social media, meditate at least 15 minutes, and really narrow down my night routine. So, what is my biggest goal? And I wrote down I want to feel better about myself. And my second is taking my exam and passing my exam. I can't control passing my exam, but I can control taking my exam and studying for it. Here on how will I celebrate? I am going to treat myself with an outing with my friends. And how am I going to make it happen? Well, I'm going to make sure that I, have a schedule that allows me to do the things that I need to do, limit time on electronics, unplug, Uriah going to daycare, rest, and practice self care. And then here, all of this is basically making sure that I'm charging, right? Recharging so that I can continue on my goals. So here on May, what I'm going to do is since I need to track like out of the 10 goals, like how many did I accomplish or how did I accomplish it? I want to make sure that here on this tracker, I'm going to write down how many goals I accomplish per day and kind of track it there so that I can make sure I can transfer that information easily to the other side. And I'm hoping this works out for me. Now, down here where you see important goals and dates, so I don't have all the information, but basically, like writing down the scheduling my exam, contacting the CECM July for employment, and working on my associate social work license for California. So after that, that's the event. What is the goal? I'm going to write that down later. My deadline and any notes that I have. So here I have this May like a tab calendar in the front. In the back it says my goals. I'm going to write out my goals and kind of break them down here on a more visual way of doing it. And then for the monthly here, I am just going to put in the date. I do mess up. I don't know why. I did this on the previous or the last time I used my monthly in my daily grind. I missed a date and realized it when I was almost done. So, yeah, I missed the 5. So I had to completely white out and then go back and write it. But on here, I am basically going to block out any important dates that I have, maybe highlight them or mark them down, and then I'll write what the important date on the bottom is. I will detail my 10 goals for this month. So I'll transfer that information here so I'll have it accessible. What am I most excited for? I'll fill that in. My priorities for the month, and then my word of the month. And I did a theme of how I'm going to use my 4 months. So basically, for May, I have commit because I want to commit to my goals. And then my word of the month for June is going to be discipline because now that I've committed, I feel like now being disciplined about it and really digging in deep to conquer my goals is going to give me that momentum, right? And so momentum is my word for July. And then August is the only one I'm a little like, how am I going to use, what am I going to use? I have ascend or elevate, but I think I'm leaning more towards elevate because I just want to reach my goals and elevate my life. And that's basically what I'm working towards. Okay, so for this one right here, I'm just going to show you what is it going to look like. And I'm starting with April 28th. I am going to decorate it first. And I am going to put a little bit of music so you see how I decorate it. And when I come back, then we'll talk about what the goals look like because, decorating, you've seen me decorate. So let's do that and I'll be back. All right, so when I thought of adding music to this part, I didn't realize that it didn't completely fully record, and I'm just back talking. So here we go. Okay, now that it's decorated, whew, that took a minute. I mean, not all of it, but uh, now that that's done, I'm gonna. Oh, what was that? I don't know what was that, but I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna grab my pen. I'm gonna like start writing out my goals. So morning routine, right? So narrowing down my morning routine, wanna like wake up and usually on Mondays I go to the gym. So I'm gonna put wake up 4:15 a.m. I go really early because I like that. So 4:15, I'm going to put check planners just so that I can see what my day is looking, set intentions for the day. And that's really a quick minute. Just look and see what I have going on. The second thing that I have here is unplug. So make sure that, and I'm going to put at here at least 1 hour, no social media. The next one is vitamins and meds. Oh, I might have written this out on the wrong thing. How do I fix this? I don't know, but I'm going to put, at this point, I'm just going to have to go with it. Vitamins and meds. So, and I should have put like a check mark up here. Does this have like a check mark? Because I keep forgetting to do that. you know, stuff happens. Let me see, is there anything that I can use here? There are those check marks, but not, so I'm just gonna use this. No, I'm gonna use my stencil. I have a stencil for that. I use this Happy Planner stencil here. I'm gonna put a check mark here. And put it on top of here so that I remember to do that. Then I have hydration, and I mean, I'm working towards drinking 1 gallon of water a day. So let's see. I feel like that's a lot. All I need to do is 110 ounces per day. So I'm going to write that and put here move, and then 1 hour gym. I have reading, and I need to finish the Rebel Witch. So I'm going to put here Rebel Witch. What else do I say? Okay, I put here nurture body, and this is so making sure to eat 3 meals a day, because that's what I'm not doing. I'm not eating 3 meals a day, and I should have put breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe I should do that. So, and I'm going to put a checklist in between that so that I can gauge it. All right. The next one is social media. So posting, creating, and I'm going to put 2 to 3 hours because that takes some time. And then here, meditate, but this will be at night. Meditate. Oh, you see, I knew that whiteout was going to mess up my pen. Did I press play? Yes. Meditate 15 minutes before bedtime. And then night routine. Okay, so skincare, no devices, and and I'm gonna put at 9:30. Like I want to be in bed by 9:30. All right. Amazing. I will give myself grace, adjust to life, because you know sometimes you have to adjust. Breathe, and refocus when I need to. I think that's pretty much it because I can't think of another one. I will if I have to. And then things that I don't want to forget. So on Monday, I need to call DLA to see where Uriah is on the waiting list. And this is important because that's going to determine his daycare stuff. So then I have to call daycare to see what is their policy when leaving, like the notice to leave. What else can I not forget to do? Okay. Sign him up online. New provider document. Is there anything else I need to do on Monday? No, I think that's it. Top 3 movers for this day is going to be, so wake up, and I'm going to put here morning. Oh, please fit. Okay, I might have to move this because it's going to interfere with my writing. I can then put it down, but I need to move it. Luckily, these are so good. They lift up without any issues. So look at that. You see? So I'm going to put it there and use it. Morning routine, hydration, and unplug. And now I can just do this, and no, because that didn't, yeah, there. Unplug. Grateful and excited for, I'm just really excited to begin my week strong. And so grateful for that. And what am I excited for? Okay, I might have to come back to this excited for, because I'm excited for a lot of things, but I'm kind of like, I'm feeling like this is taking long and I don't want it to be long. And so I'm going to hear right up. So, I mean, my wake up is super early. So this will be gym time. And then when I get home, breakfast and get Bella ready. School drop off. And then here, social media, because I want to get this early. Be lunch, unplug, school pickup, dinner, and then what else do I have? Prep for next day. Then I'm going to put here night routine. All right. I hope this makes sense. Again, I'm going to do the rest on my own just so that I can have it right ready. But yeah, I hope this made sense to you. And if it did, let me know. I'll definitely be adding some more, like, I wouldn't say like, I will be adding some more. I say some more. Okay, let me gather my thoughts. So this is right now kind of a quick overview of how I'm going to be using my daily grind system. I'm starting to contemplate and think of what kind of videos I'll be sharing on this, and I can do probably like a weekly one where from start to finish I can come in and do the whole week. So you can see that. I can also do kind of like reviewing my week and showing you how I did that. I know like this was last week. I overall I kind of checked out what I did. Again, it wasn't like the perfect week. I didn't really stick to every day using it, so I'm still getting used to it, getting used to my planner, and that's fine. I won't be doing the monthly one because like I said, my that third week wasn't the greatest, and the fourth week, well, we're getting there, but we're not all there. So that's why I'm excited for May, because I'm setting this up so that I can be doing this all week intentionally. So I'll be sharing a little more of what I'm doing with this. Anyways, I hope this was useful for you. And if it was, please let me know in the comments. If you stayed this long, thank you so much for watching. And yes, I will see you on the next one. Bye.